Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good afternoon. We will start our lecture. Okay, so today we will learn about chapter 2, part A2, week 4B. So it is a AC circuit. Okay, okay, so recap from the previous class, you learn about complex number and sinusoidal wave. So you learn about rectangular and polar form, okay, complex plane, okay, how to draw a complex number in a complex plane, conjugate, okay, additional, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Also, you also introduce a sinusoidal source, which is a equation and how to draw it. You also expose with magnitude, period, frequency, angular frequency, and certain term. Okay. You also learn about lead lag concept, trigonometric identity, and lastly average and RMS. So that is from previous week, previous class. So for today we will learn about three things. Okay, I will teach you how to change time domain to phasor domain. Then we have an first activity. Next we have I will introduce the passive element and also the second activity, and lastly you will apply all these two knowledge together in a series circuit, followed by an activity. So for the learning outcome, for today we will learn how to convert time domain to phasor domain and vice versa, and lastly how to solve series AC circuit. So before we start, I want to show some difference between DC and AC. So for DC, this is the symbol for voltage source. Okay, for AC, voltage source is like this. Okay, this one. So this is the AC source. Make sure you differentiate it. When you draw it, make sure that you use the correct symbol. For current source is the same. So you don't need to change. For resistor also the same. Okay, for DC and AC is the same. But for for AC circuit, you will have additional two symbol. Okay, two component, inductor and capacitor. For DC circuit, they are available, but it's not in our syllabus. So for AC circuit, you need to know you need to know the passive element, which is the inductor and capacitor. So let me start with the first subtopic, which is time phasor domain. So what is time domain? What is phasor domain? Okay, time domain is the equation contains time component. But for phasor domain, or also known as frequency domain, you are depending on the frequency and you will not have any time parameter. Okay, if you look here, okay, make sure that when in time domain you use a small letter V or I. Okay, for voltage and current, make sure that you use small capital and don't forget the T. Okay, and also you use VM, means maximum voltage, the peak voltage. If you see the sinusoidal wave, you takes the top value. Then sine WT, okay, W remember is angular frequency, and lastly the angle, okay, the phase shift. Okay, so for voltage and current is almost the same. The unit is voltage and ampere. But when you change to phasor domain, you need to use RMS value. So this is RMS. Remember what I said before in the class, that you have to divide by square root 2 to get VRMS. So you take the maximum value here and you divide by square root 2. And then you just take the angle here, the phase shift, you place it in here. Okay, that is for time changing time domain to phase domain. Okay, the important part is why we change from time domain to phasor domain. Okay, so why we do this? Because in time domain we use trigonometry identity, which is quite difficult to solve. Okay, if you add, for example, V and I, okay, you have to remember what is the how to add sine and sine. How to, for example, if you have multiplication V and I. So how to multiply sine and sine? So you have to memorize the trigonometry identities. So quite difficult. So if you use phasor diagram, phasor domain, you just use complex number, which is can be solved using your calculator. So if you use this one, it's much more faster. Okay, another thing to remember is in unit. Okay, WT here is in radian. Make sure that you change to degree when you calculate in your calculator. Okay, and also this is also important formula. Okay, W equals to 2 pi f. Okay, angular frequency. How to change frequency to angular frequency. And for phasor, okay, this one is unit. Even though there is no RMS in the unit, okay, assume that all in the phasor domain, all the unit is in RMS. Okay. So before we proceed, try to memorize. Remember this formula I show you. Okay. If you want to change cos to sin, add because increasing. Okay. So C plus, okay, cos to sine, you need to plus 90 degree, and sine to cos, you need to minus 90 degree. Okay, why this is important? Because when you want to do a conversion, okay, from sine time domain to phasor domain, okay, you have to make sure that the sine or cos need to be the same. Okay, if you can see here, sine, there are two sine, okay, and one cos. So you have to convert everything into sine or everything into cos. You can choose any, but I recommend use the less work. Okay, you have to choose the less work because okay, you don't have enough time to change everything. So better to choose the less work. So if you can see here, there are two sine and one cos. So if you change sine to cos, you have to change two equation. Okay, but if you change cos to sine, you only have to change one equation. So that is why you have to use to change the cos. So if you can see here, you take V2 here, okay, and V2 equals to 150 sine WT minus 60. Okay, just copy back and then plus 90. So plus 90 means that you change from cos, okay, from cos to sine. So increasing, so plus. Okay, plus 90 degrees. So you get positive 30 degree. Okay. So after that, after you get all the cos and sin are in the same, okay, all in sin, you convert to phasor domain. So when you convert it to phasor domain, make sure that you divide by square root 2. Okay, for example, V1, okay, you have 100 divided by square root 2, you get 70.71, and then copy back the angle. Okay. Same with V2, you have you use the standardized one. Okay. V2 150 divided by square root 2, you get 106.07, angle 30 degree. Okay, use the new angle. Same is I1, also use the same way. Okay, 30 divided by square root 2, you get 20.21, and angle is negative 20. If the angle is negative, you have to use negative. Okay, this is the theory for time phasor domain. Okay, you have to know what is the comparison. So this one you have to memorize. Okay, so Vt is instantaneous or time domain, while V is in frequency domain. Okay, and Vt is in time, is time dependent, so the value of Vt is changing with time, but V in phasor domain is not. Okay, it's will always constant with time. Vt always real and no complex number. Okay, if you can see here, you see in Vt, the time domain, there is no complex number, while V in phasor domain is generally complex number. Okay, and lastly, phasor analysis only applies when frequency is constant. If you don't have constant frequency, you cannot use phasor analysis. So another thing you need to know is how to draw a phasor diagram. This one is basically you have to draw the complex number into a complex plane or S-plane. Okay. So how to do this? Okay. If you look here, So first thing you have to do when you draw a phasor diagram, okay, you have to create an axis. Okay, first thing you have to do is creating a axis. Okay, then you look at the things that you have to draw. Okay, you have V1 and I1. Then you look at the magnitude, make sure that V1 has the longer line than I1. And lastly, you look at the angle, so 50 and negative 30. So how to draw this? First, we look at V1. Okay, V1 is 50 degrees, so around this. So V1, don't forget to put this parameter. Okay, then put the magnitude, and then lastly put the angle. Okay, and for the second one, make sure that it is shorter because 200 is higher than 60. So make it shorter. Okay, the angle is negative 30. And for this one, the magnitude is 60, and this one is I1. So that is how you do a phasor diagram. So make sure you know how to do this because these are usually 1/3 of the mark. Okay, so we continue with the next part, the activity. So open your phone and scan this. Go to Kahoot and enter this pin. So we will start. Okay, the first question. You have 60 seconds. Okay, you have V and I. Convert to phasor domain. Okay, don't forget to divide by square root 2 and make sure the cos and sine is convert. Okay, make sure you use the sine or all cos. Okay, you have 30 more seconds. Okay, 10 more seconds. Okay, time's up. So most of you convert to sine. Okay, you convert cos to sine. Also, you also can convert it to cos. Okay, the green one is the answer for if you convert sine to cos. Okay, I show you how to do this. Okay, so V1t equals to 200 sine WT plus 30. So just to convert this, make sure capital V, okay, change it to capital V equals to 200 divided by square root 2, okay. Then the angle is just copy back, okay. So this one automatically get 141.42 angle 30 degree. So same for I1 because okay, I1 t equals to, so from cos you have to change to sine. So 15 sine WT minus 50, okay, cos to sine plus 90. So you get 15 sine WT, okay, plus 40. Okay. So then convert to phasor. So I1 equals to 110.61. Okay. Okay. Wait. Okay, 15 divided by square root 2. Okay, the angle is 40. Okay, so the answer is this one. Okay, the other way around, you can try it after this. Okay, so we go on to the next question. Okay, Lai has the highest mark. Next question, also the same, convert to time domain. So this one is flip back. So remember, frequency is 2 pi f. Okay, 2 pi multiplied by frequency, you get W. Okay, you have 40 seconds. Don't forget to convert to multiply by square root 2, because you have to change back to maximum value instead of RMS. Twenty more seconds. 10 more seconds. So time's up. Okay. Okay, most of you don't get the correct answer. Okay. So you use 50T, means that you don't change to angular frequency. You have to use angular frequency. Okay. How to do this is, okay, I is equals to 35 angle 25. So the IT is equals to 35 multiplied by square root 2 sine, okay, sine WT is 2 pi f. F is 50 hertz. Then plus, okay, just copy back, 25 degree. So IT equals to 49.5 sine, okay, 2 pi, this one is 100 pi plus 25 degree. Okay, or you can use cos. Either way, you get the correct answer. But make sure if there is many equation, if you all use, if one use cos, make sure all use cos. Okay. Okay, still correct. So we move on to the next question. Okay, Felix has the highest mark right now. Okay, this one is phasor diagram. So remember how to draw. So make sure the highest magnitude has the longer length of, and make sure you know how to, negative means that clockwise, and positive mean counterclockwise. You have 30 more seconds. Ten more seconds. Okay, time's up. Okay, only 1/4 of you, around 1/4 of you can get the answer right. So how to do this? Okay, if you have this one, make sure that you draw the, okay, draw the axis first. Then if you look V1 and V2, okay, so V2 is actually 50 angle 60 degree. So why? The 360 minus 300. So you get 60 degree. And V1 is much more larger. So for this one, so V1 is negative 50 So negative 50, 150, V1. Okay, and for V2, okay, is 60 degree and must be shorter. Okay, 60 degree is around like this. Okay, 60 degree, and this one is V2. Okay, this one is 50. Okay, so we move on to the next part of the slide. Okay, don't close it. Okay, please do not close the Kahoot. Okay, we will continue in the next session. Okay, we move on to the passive element. Okay, previously we only learned about voltage and current. Change from time domain to phasor domain for voltage and current. But now we look at the passive element, which is resistor, inductor, and capacitor. So in time domain, okay. So in time domain, okay, R, L, and C. Inductor L, capacitor C. So unit for resistor is ohm, okay. Omega, use omega symbol. Inductor is in Henry, which is H, and capacitor is farad, which is F. So make sure to use the correct unit for time domain. But in phasor domain, okay, all of these become ohms. Okay, if you look here, all the unit become ohms. And how to change time domain to phasor domain for inductor? Just JWL. Okay, for inductor, JWL. And for capacitor is 1 over JWC. Okay, and if this one is rarely used, so you use this second one. It's just multiply by I over I. Okay, you get negative J over WC. This is how you convert from time domain to phasor domain for passive element. Okay, you also need to know how to derive this. Okay, this one usually asked in a theoretical part. Okay, from the previous knowledge in physics, you know that V equals to L di dt. Okay, same as capacitor. For instead of V di dt, it is I equals to C dV dt. So from this, you just assign a sinusoidal wave. Okay, just put it according to this equation. Okay, if I, you use I. If V, you use V. So differentiate it. Okay, remember the calculus. Okay, so if you not remember, just memorize the equation. Then after you differentiate, you get the new. Okay, you have to convert from cos to sine, or this one from okay, also cos to sine. Okay, so then you convert it to phasor domain. Okay, so you get the relationship of V and I for inductor and capacitor. Okay, for inductor is V is leading the I. Okay, it is much more faster by 90 degree. Okay, so for capacitor is I leading the voltage by 90 degree. Okay, make sure, because this is important characteristic. Okay, next we also need to know the terms used in AC circuit, which is reactance, impedance, and admittance. So X, Z, and Y. So reactance is basically for L and C in phasor domain only. Okay, and you have to remove the complex component. Okay, so XL, okay, reactance XL is equal to WL only, no J. And XC is just 1 over WC, no negative I or 1 over I. Okay, so that one is reactant. So how about impedance? Impedance is just basically the combination of R and the complex of reactance. So this one, Z equals to R plus JX. Okay, and lastly, admittance, okay, Y is just 1 over Z. Okay, make sure you know to differentiate how to do this. Okay, understand the terms. And also in theoretical, you need to know the characteristic of the circuit. Okay, if you can see here, the impedance Z. Okay, if your impedance is positive, okay, if the impedance is positive, it is considered as a inductive circuit. And if the impedance is negative, it is considered as capacitive. Okay, so automatically you need to know that voltage will lead current by certain angle. So you have to calculate the angle. Okay, so same with this, voltage lagging current means that the voltage is at the back. So here, and if R equals to 0, it follow this rule, 90 degree. Okay, same as capacitor. If R is 0, this one if R not equal to 0. So this one is also standard representation. Okay, you need to know that voltage and current, okay, voltage current needs to represent in a polar form. Okay, and impedance you represent it in a rectangular form. So make sure if you have any answer, make sure that you use the correct form. So we move on to the next activity. So right now, high has the highest mark. Okay, change it to reactance X. Okay, so reactance has no J. So no complex the imaginary part. Okay, you just calculate WL. And W is equals to 2 pi F. This one is F. You have 40 more seconds. So 20 more seconds. Five more seconds. Okay, most of you get the correct answer. So make sure that the unit is ohm. Okay. So how to do this? Okay, if you look here, okay, so reactance is XL. So XL equals to WL and equals to 2 pi, and the frequency is 50, then multiply by 20, multiply by 10 negative 3, 20 milli. So you will get 6.28 ohm. Okay, make sure you know the unit. So we move on to the next question. Okay, Von has the highest mark. Okay, this one is for capacitor. And don't forget, this is impedance, which is Z. Z, you have to consider the J, the complex number. So you have 40 more seconds. Frequency is 60 Hertz. Twenty more seconds. Okay, time's up. So, oh, many of you cannot answer this. Okay. So we look here. Okay, impedance. Okay, what is impedance? Is Z. Okay. So ZC, capacitor ZC is, so don't forget negative J, okay, divided by WC. So you have to memorize this equation. There will be no formula sheet. So negative j divided by 2 pi, okay, W 60 hertz, and then C is 50 microfarad. So use your calculator, okay. Okay, so 20 pi multiply by 60 multiply by 50, okay, 50 micro. Where is it? Okay, sorry, this is a new calculator. Okay, this one, okay, negative 6. Okay, so equals to this one. Don't forget to inverse it. So you get 5.3. Okay, you again don't get the answer. 53. Okay, maybe okay, I give the wrong answer. Maybe I will check later. I will show you to you. Okay. Now we move on to the next question. Okay, Von has the highest mark. Okay. Find the impedance. So for this case, you have R and L and C. So you just add everything together. So you have 25 more seconds. Okay, 10 more seconds. Okay, only 1/4 of you get the correct answer. So how to do this? So you get Z. Okay, Z equals to R plus JWL minus J divided by WC. So just insert all the value. Okay, W already calculated is 105. So R is 2 plus J 100 pi, then 4 milli multiplied by 10, negative 3, and then minus J, okay, 1 divided by 100 pi, okay, multiplied by 1 multiplied by 10, negative 3. So be careful when you press your calculator. Okay. So if you use this calculator, so make sure you in complex mode first. So 2 plus 100 pi J multiplied by 4 milli. Okay. Then minus 1i, okay, divide by 100 pi divide by 1 milli. So you get 2 and then negative 1.93. So this is the answer. Okay. So now we move on to the last part of the slide, the learning today, which is a series circuit. So you just apply all the knowledge that you have learned in 1 and 2, subtopic 1 and subtopic 2, and apply it in a series circuit. Okay, so I take this one. Okay, we start with construct frequency domain equivalent circuit. Basically, construct frequency domain equivalent circuit is just change it to phasor domain. So for resistor is just, okay, ZR is just equals to 90. Just copy back. R in time domain and phasor domain is the same. For inductor is ZL equals to, okay, ZL is J, WL equals to J. Okay, where you get this? Okay, W is here. Okay, this is W. Okay, you get from the voltage equation. So you get 5,000. And then L is 32 multiplied by 10, -3. Okay. So use your calculator. So 5,000 multiplied by 32 milli. So you get 160. J ohm. Okay. How about ZC? So ZC is negative J divided by WC. Okay. Equals to negative J divided by 5,000. WC is C is 5 multiplied by 10 -6. Okay, what is the answer? So you open your calculator. Okay, open your calculator and okay, so 5,000 multiplied by 5 micro. Okay. Don't forget to inverse back. So 40. So this one is negative J 40. Okay. So lastly, you have to change the voltage source. Okay, this is the voltage source. So VST equals to 750 sine 5,000 T plus 30 degree. Okay, plus 30 degree. So just convert it. Vs equals to 750 divided by square root 2. Okay, the angle is 30 degree. So Vs equals to, use your calculator, just 750 divided by square root 2. So you get 530.33 angle 30 degree. So all after you get all the parameter, okay, so you have to redraw back. Okay, if they ask to construct, means that construct you have to redraw everything again. Okay, so you will given mark to redraw again. Okay, inductor, capacitor, and lastly, so write the value. Okay, 530.33 angle 30 degree. This one is 90. This one is 160 J, and this one is negative 40 K. Okay, so you have to redraw again. Insert this value. Okay, for B, question B, calculate the current in time domain. So it means that, okay, you have to calculate the current using Ohm's law. So basically you recall your chapter 1. Okay, chapter 1 is IS equal to Vs divided by Z total. Okay, remember back your chapter 1. Instead in chapter 1 you don't have imaginary number, but in this case you have imaginary number. So Vs is 530, okay, 0.33 angle 30 degree divided by, okay, so just because this is in series, you just add all the value. So 90 plus J 160 minus, okay, because this is minus, you just put minus J40. Okay, in series, you have to add everything together, like a DC circuit. So use your calculator. Okay, if you use your calculator back, okay, for this case, make sure that you're in the complex mode. Okay, complex. So 530.33. Okay, so shift ENG 30 divide by, don't forget to open bracket, 90, okay, plus 160 J, okay, minus 40 J, okay, equals to this. So remember that I said for current or voltage, you need to show the answer in the polar form. So press option here, okay, OPTN, okay, move down and press 1. Okay, then equals to, you get the answer in this form. Okay, so the answer is 3.5 for the angle. Okay, don't forget the angle. Okay, okay, the angle is negative 23.13. Negative 23.13 degree. Okay. Okay, that is how you solve this the question B. Now the question C, find the voltage across C1 and using Ohm's law and voltage division rule. So how to do this? Okay. So using Ohm's law, you just, because this is the current here, you get IS. So using Ohm's law, just VC, okay, VC1 equals to IS multiplied by ZC. So you just multiply it together. Okay, 3.5 for angle negative 23.13. Okay. Then multiply by J. Okay, negative J40. Okay. ZC is negative J40. This one. Okay. So this one. So what is the answer? Okay. Use your calculator again. Okay, I show you in this calculator. So 3.54. Okay, the angle. Okay, shift this one. Okay, negative 23.13 multiplied by negative 40 J. Okay. So again, you can see the answer. This one and this one. Okay, don't forget the imaginary part. But remember, you have to show in form. Okay, the polar form. Okay, shift plus, okay, equals to, okay, you get the answer 141.6, and then shift equals to, you get the angle. So 141.6 angle, okay, negative 113.13. Okay, volt. Don't forget the unit. This one is ampere. Okay, that is how you use Ohm's law. How about the voltage division? Okay, for voltage division, you have to remember back. Okay. So if you use voltage division, okay, voltage division is, so VC1 equals to ZC1 divided by Z total, okay, multiplied by Vs. Okay, remember back from chapter 1, the general formula. So ZC1 is negative 40 J, okay, divided by 90, okay, Z total is 90 plus 120 J. Okay, if you look back here, total, okay, J 160 minus J 40, so you get J positive J 120. So just use your calculator. Okay. So I show you in this calculator. Okay, negative 40. Okay, negative 40J divide by 90 plus 120J. Okay, multiply by. So VS. Oh, VS is 530. Which one? Okay, 530.33. So multiply by 530.33 angle 30 degree. So calculate and multiply by 530.33. Okay, the angle is shift 30 degree. Okay, equals to. Okay, don't forget to convert because we have to use the rectangular form for voltage and current. So shift, option. Okay, go down. So press 1 equals to. Okay, so you get the same answer. Okay, so 141.42 angle 113.13. Okay, make sure you don't forget the angle. Okay, go to the side. Okay, so that is how you solve the series circuit. Okay, this is the standard question that will be asked. Okay, so now we try the last question. Okay, we try to apply in a Kahoot session. So try open back your phone. Okay, right now high has the highest mark. So the last question. Okay, impedance is 2 plus J3 connected to 5 ampere current. So what is the voltage across the impedance? So use your calculator. Okay, 5 ampere is in RMS. Automatically, if you given a magnitude only, it is RMS value. Use Ohm's law. You have 30 more seconds. $20 more seconds. Okay, time's up. Okay, only part of you get the correct answer. So how to do this? Okay, let me draw this. Okay, basically an impedance is connected to the 5 ampere current source. Okay, we have an inductor because the impedance is positive. Okay, J3, this one is 2, this one is 5. So if they give only this value, automatically the angle is 0 degree. Okay, so use Ohm's law, voltage across the source. So Vs equals to Is. Okay, this is Is divide by multiply by Z total. So Vs equals to 5 angle 0 multiplied by 2 plus J3. Okay, so let me show you how to use calculator. Okay, 5. Okay, 5 angle 0 just 5. You don't need to insert the 0 angle. Multiply by, don't forget to open bracket, 2 plus 3i. So equals to this answer, and don't forget to convert it. Okay, option OPTN, press down and 1. So equals to. So if you get like this, make sure you convert to decimal. Okay, just press SD. Okay, this one. So you get this answer. Okay, 18.03 and 56.31. Okay. Oh, it is different. Okay, sorry about that. I have to check back the answer. Okay, I think this the new one is the correct one. Okay. So that is all. Okay, what we have learned today, how to convert voltage, current, resistor, inductor, and capacitor from time domain to phasor domain and vice versa. Okay, then you learn how to draw the phasor diagram for voltage and current only. And then you learning how to solve a series AC circuit. And lastly, how to apply voltage division in AC circuit. Okay, that is what we'll have learned today. Okay, for next week, we will learn about parallel circuit, current divider, and series parallel circuit. Okay, if you have any question, you can feel free to ask. And if you still don't slide in your attendance, please use your UTM Smart. Okay, the class is ended. You can go out from the meeting room.
Thank you, Doctor.
You are welcome.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay, you are welcome. Okay, welcome.